Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. I am so glad that you guys have found me. If you enjoy book content and makeup content, make sure you guys have subscribed. Click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have ever joined Book of the Month. Are you ever interested in joining Book of the Month? Let me know what you guys think of the books that I'm going to share, if you would pick them up or not. And let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video, which is me talking about the books that I've gotten from Book of the Month. So I do a Book of the Month every single month. Their reward system is, or their boxing system is a little bit different. So when you first get a box, you get to pick one book from the Book of the Month, whatever their Book of the Month is. So with October, there's I think 5 or 6 options. You choose one of those and that gets sent to you. Then the next month after that, you can choose up to 3 books. You can choose the Book of the Month. You can choose 2 additional add-ons, whether that be from the Book of the Month or not. After you have shipped 3 or 4 boxes with up to 3 choices, you will then be moved up to 5 choices that you can choose for your box. So there are 3 boxes that I get. There's one that comes in my name, there's one that comes in my significant other's name, and there's one that comes in my mother-in-law's name. With my box, I get the books that I really want, that I know I'm going to enjoy. With my significant other's box, it's kind of a sometimes they pick and sometimes I pick. We both have very different reading preferences. He likes more like Western, CIA type of books. I will read those. They're not my favorite, but they are ones I will read. So he usually chooses a book or 2, sometimes more, depending on what's there. If he doesn't like any of those, then I just choose all of them. And then my mother-in-law, we kind of plan together, so that way we can share the books back and forth. So if you guys are excited to see what books I got, what they're about, then definitely keep on watching. We are going to start off with my box, which I am super excited for. So I purchased, well, I got 5 books total because again, you can have up to 5. So that's what I chose. So we are going to start off with Not a Happy Family by Sherry Lapena. And this is about the Mertens, who are a very rich, very well-off family. They live in this upstate part of New York where you have to be rich and have quite a bit of money to be able to live there, to be able to afford anything. And this married couple are able to do so. However, right after Easter dinner that they had with their 3 children, they are murdered. Not the children though, just the parents. And you would think that the children would be just absolutely so upset. But are they really? Because each of them gets to inherit something whenever their parents die. So they have a lot at stake. They have a lot to inherit. So was it them? Was it one of them that had murdered the parents, or was it somebody else entirely? So you have to kind of like go on this mission to try to figure out who killed them. The next one is Daisy Jones and the Six, and I have literally heard so many good things about this book that I was like, I have to pick this up. This was Book of the Month 2019, Book of the Year, so I'm really excited they still had some of these left, and I'm really excited to read this. So this is about Daisy Jones, and it talks about like her coming of age story in Louisiana, how, you know, she's like doing drugs and having promiscuous relationships, just, you know, things like that. But the one thing she really does love is she really loves rock and roll and she loves to sing. And so slowly over time, she's like 20 now, she's starting to get really noticed by a lot of people. And at the same time, there's a band called The Six who is also starting to get really noticed and get really out there. However, Billy finds out that he's going to be a father, and he just spirals. And he just does a lot of like really crazy things while out on the road. So while he is doing that, the producer is like, I really think Daisy might be able to save you and your band. So the 2 of them cross paths and they begin to work together and become legends. So this isn't really like a mystery or a thriller or a horror that I normally get in my boxes, but I am very excited to read this because I've heard so many people talk about this and I cannot wait to read this. The next one is going to be Girl in the Mirror, and let me just say, this sounds so amazing. So this is about Iris and Summer, and they are twins. And Iris is very jealous of Summer. Summer seems to have it all: the perfect husband, the perfect job, a lot of money, just living honestly like the perfect life. And Iris is so jealous of this. Well, Summer then asks her to like come out on a yacht with her, and she agrees. And then the next thing she knows is Iris wakes up and she's the only one on this boat. So she eventually gets back to shore and she is very shaken up, and Adam is there to greet her, which is Summer's husband, but he believes that Iris is Summer. Has no idea that she's not. And Iris is like, I'm going to go along with this. The reason being that she's willing to go along with this is because her parents were millionaires, and whoever has a child first is the one who is going to be an heir, like get all these millions of dollars. So Iris is hoping that that will happen. But while she's trying to do that, she's also having to keep this completely a secret as to who she is. So she's going to do some very shady things to keep it a secret. But also we're going to discover what actually happened to Summer. So I'm very excited to read this. This sounds insane and so good that I'm excited. Another one that I picked that I'm honestly so excited to read. This is actually a nonfiction. On here it says memorable memoirs. So I'm not really for sure. Oh no. Okay. This is based on this is a true story. This is an actual memoir. I had no idea. So I'm really excited about this. I'm so excited. So this talks about Meg and her family. And on the outside, on social media, when you're out in public, this family seems like the perfect family, right? Always like really in a good mood, always going on vacations, just having like that perfect suburban American life, right? But of course, as everyone knows, everything on the outside isn't always how everything seems on the inside, right? And that is very much true about this book. So this is about a family that genuinely struggles with mental health. And mental health is so important to me. I will genuinely fight for good, affordable mental health access until the day that I die. But I am a huge proponent of like good mental health resources and things to do to just like help those with mental health. Seriously, so important to me. I've worked in the mental health field for a long time. I love it. But on the inside, her mom is hospitalized constantly for anxiety and depression. Her dad is very manic and gets very violent in these manic episodes. And then the children, I think there's 8 of them total, are all struggling with mental health issues themselves. Some of them are manic and some of them are really struggling with depression to the point that 2 of them are just like, I would rather take their lives. But then, nobody is ever allowed to talk about it. Like that's the family rule. Like you don't ever talk about our mental health. You don't talk about what goes on here. You don't talk about when somebody's hospitalized. And so Meg is just trying to get out there like her story and how she grappled with that whole scenario as a child, growing up in that, how she is as an adult, becoming a writer, things like that. So I am really excited to read this. So the last one for my box was a book that you could pick for this month. This was my book pick of the month, and this is When I'm Dead. So this follows Rowan. She's an investigator, and she is investigating her daughter's best friend's death. But shortly after that, she comes home and realizes her daughter has vanished without an absolute trace. But slowly, clues are coming together, and it really is making Rowan question how well she knows her daughter. Because as secrets are being revealed, more clues are starting to come to light. This is about ready to tear Rowan and her husband absolutely apart. And so now Rowan is just like grappling with what's happening. But at the same time, she states she knows karma has come to collect. So I'm wondering what's going on in her life as well, that she would think karma has come for her. So I'm very excited for that as well. So the next box we're going to talk about is going to be the one that my significant other picked. The ones that he decided we should. I knew it. Okay, something just fell and I literally was like, I think I'm crazy. But no, I knew it. I knew it. I knew something had fallen. Okay, get back in the zone. The ones that he had picked, I think he picked one of these books and one of these books, and I'm not gonna lie, I think he picked it based on the cover, not what it was about. So I don't think he's actually going to enjoy it, but you know what? That's okay because I'll enjoy it. So the rest of them I did pick, however. So the first one is going to be called Bright Young Women. This sounds so good. So this is going to be about a serial killer who was located in Aspen, Colorado. He escapes there and makes his way to Florida to a sorority where at 3 a.m, Pamela wakes up and discovers that 2 of her sorority sisters are dead and 2 have been named. Soon the story makes headlines, as it does. I don't know what else there is to say. But Tina, who is investigating up in Colorado, rushes to Florida, grabs Pamela, and they are on like this journey together to find answers as to what happened to somebody in Tina's life who she believes is the result of this serial killer, but also wants to know why he chose that sorority in Florida specifically, like from Colorado to Florida for a sorority that's very specific. So they're trying to figure out what the importance of it was, and soon the truth will be revealed, and I'm excited to figure out what that truth is. Okay, I'm really excited. That's all I gotta say. Oh, the next one is then going to be Leftover Woman. So this is about Jasmine, and she is fleeing China. She's trying to get away from her abusive husband, and she is on this mission to come to America to find her daughter, because in China they only have that one child policy rule. She gave birth to a daughter and they had to give her up. So she is on this mission to figure out where her daughter is, what happened to her daughter. But at the same time, her husband is now like gaining on her, trying to find her. So she has to make some really risky decisions in order to like stay safe, but also try and find her daughter. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Rebecca is living her best life. She is rich. She has the means to take care of everything. And she has a daughter that she adopted from China. She wants to get her daughter a nanny. And so she employs a nanny. And I'm sure we know, I mean, it doesn't say for sure who the nanny is, but I'm going to assume it's probably the mom, the biological mother. That's just going to be my guess. But anyways. But soon Rebecca's world just honestly just starts coming, just like tumbling down. It is crumbling before her, and the 2 women have to overcome their struggles and their differences as they are bound by like this connection to the child. And I am really interested to see like how this book goes. So the next one is called Too Good. So this is about Sky, who has the world at her fingers. I really feel like I have picked a lot of books where people are rich in them. I don't know what happened, but that's what happened. Anyways, Sky has like the world at her fingers. She is very well off, and her boyfriend Burke has just proposed to her. But then it's like revealed that Burke is actually already married, and that he's using Sky for some like sadistic reasons. What those reasons are, I don't know. But now Sky is wedding planning and, you know, really just throwing herself into it, as most women do for wedding planning. And Burke's scheme is just starting to get more and more twisted. But as we all know, even the best plans go astray, and there's more than one way to spin the truth. So I am very, very excited for this one as well. So this is going to be, for this box, I thought I had 5 in the cart and I only had 4, but just fine. I'll get 5 next time, but that's fine. But okay, anyways, I think this is the one that he picked based on the cover. Okay, this is The Unmaking of June Farrow. Okay, so this is about June, and she lost her mother because her mother has like since disappeared. And she lives with her grandma now. And of course, you know, there's so many like secrets just kind of like circling around, you know, as to like what happened. But a year before her grandma dies, she begins like seeing and hearing things that nobody else can see or hear, right? Something that is just not there. Well, then her grandma does die, as I stated, and she's starting to find like these really cryptic clues. And she's still seeing and hearing things that aren't really there. But then she finds that these hallucinations, she's able to actually touch and feel. And this may be the answer that she needs to like figure out like what's going on in her life, as well as trying to like figure out what happened to her mom all those years ago. So these hallucinations eventually open up a threshold. She goes into this threshold, and from there she starts discovering a lot about herself and what happened to her mom, and the choices that she makes is going to change both the past and the future. So as we can tell, it's definitely a book that I'm into. I don't think he'll be into it, like, at all. But I think he picked it based on the cover. And sometimes he does that. Sometimes he does that. And that's perfectly okay. So in terms of the last box, my mother-in-law's box, I did get 5 in there. Okay, so we got 14 books instead of 15 this time. And that's perfectly fine because November will be here. And I will be getting 15 books. Okay, I said what I said. Thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. So, the first book we're going to talk about is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. Let me just say, this book is absolutely perfect, and I'm so glad that all these books were picked because it's all about, like, witchcraft and magic, and okay, I'm here for it. Okay? All right, that's all there is to it. Thank you. But anyways, so Sadie has, on this one, cursed her last 4 heartbreaks. And now her grandma has cancer and only has so long to live. And her twin brother, Seth, who they have been really estranged for a while, comes back into town. And Jake, who is one of her exes, also comes back into town. And feelings between Jake and Sadie are really starting to rekindle and blossom. But soon her grandma is starting to get a lot sicker and not doing well. All along the way, Seth is starting to really reveal some family secrets that is really just having Sadie just like crumble in on herself. And now she has to decide, like, at the end, like, is love going to be more important than magic? So I'm really excited to see how like the magic ties in with this. I mean, I know that she hexed like her exes, but like, is there something she has to do to break the curse? Like, what's going on? Like, what is it about love versus magic? I'm very excited to find out. The next one is going to be Ink Blood Sister Scribe. So this is about the Blvd family, and they all have books, but like these are really special books. They're like magical books because in this you're able to like cross through the threshold, or the reader is able to possess some like magical like powers, such as they can like manipulate elements, things like that. But soon their mother is killed, and the sisters do separate, go on about their own ways. One goes to Antarctica, one just kind of stays a little bit closer to home. But then soon the father dies like really unexpectedly, and the sisters come together and reunite because they need to figure out what to do with these books that they have, like these magical books. Wow. Why did that took a long time for me to come up with that. But they are trying to really preserve this family and their legacy, but as they are doing so, they are really starting to get into this magical world that is really just like super dangerous. And slowly, like, there are just tons of family secrets that are just coming to light as well. So I'm really excited to see how those two go together as well. So again, just another witchy type book, and I'm very excited that it's like books about books. Okay, books about books. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you. I will say this book is probably one that is not really magic related. And I'm honestly shocked that like my husband would not have picked this book, because this sounds more like something he would be into, but I'm not here to judge. He can of course always read this. But Anyways, it is based in this town called Talon, and every year the city puts on, like, they host games where it's like a fight to the death, almost kind of like Hunger Games, but instead of like them picking names and just throwing children in there, it's people that, like, they're like, hey, if you think you have like the best abilities, you're more than welcome to join. It's a fight to the death. Whoever wins is like given so many like riches, right? So a lot of people are 1,000 into doing this. One of such is going to be Princess Kala, and she has been in hiding for 5 years because she killed her parents, you know. So she is looking to join the games so she can take down the monarchy and her uncle at the same time. But once in the game, Kala is meeting some other people that are within the ring, and she's starting to fall for someone. So now she has to decide, like, is she playing for her, like, her lover, or is she playing for the kingdom, to take over the kingdom, to overthrow the kingdom, I guess I should say. So that sounds really good. It sounds very like Hunger Game-ish, only not as like brutal, with like we send children into the ring. You know, it's adults that get to decide. So I'm really wanting to see like what happens. Maybe both can happen. I don't know. I'm here for it. We're here for a powerful woman. We just are. So I'm excited for this. So then we have the X Hex. Yes. Okay. Ooh. This is where Vivi curses her ex-boyfriend, and she was just thinking, oh, I only have like this pumpkin spice candle to do this magic with, so he's probably just going to get a really bad hair day for a day or two, whatever. But he then returns to the town that she's in, and she realizes that the hex may have worked a lot better than she had thought. That it's not really as harmless as she's thinking. I don't know. But now this hex is starting to really like impact people of the town. And so now her and her ex that she has hexed have to team up together to break the curse before it is too late and the whole entire town is destroyed. So that sounds really good. Like kind of like a romance kind of a thing maybe, but like magic and like destruction. I don't know. I think it'll be good. So then my pick of the month for the month of October for this box is going to be Starling House. Well, I didn't pick this. My mother-in-law did, and I just love that she picked like a ton of like witchy things. So excited. But anyways, this book is about Opal, which by the way, I love because my grandma's name is Opal. So I absolutely love that. But anyways, Opal is an orphan, and she's trying to build a better life for her and her brother. So that way they are able to leave this town in Kentucky. This town is Kentucky, is tiny. It's not really known for a lot. One thing that it is known for is that 100 years ago, a popular author that had wrote a really good book that Opal really thoroughly enjoys just up and disappeared, right? Nobody knows what happened to her. But they leave this mansion that she had just completely abandoned. Like the town people don't ever really want to go near it. But then Opal gets like this opportunity for some extra cash. And of course she's trying to build a better life. So she's like, I will take some extra cash. All she has to do is just go inside this mansion, right? Like, I mean, hello? Yeah. Easy cash. Period. Easy. Right? I mean, right. Like you would think. But no. Of course not. Because once she goes in there, a lot of like really sinister things and forces are really starting to come to light, and it's revealing secrets of the house as well as the missing author. So she has to like discover like what's going on before she's trapped in this house forever. I don't know. I'm real excited to read this. This sounds so good. Let me know what you guys think down below. These are some of my favorite boxes to get. I love that I get to pick them. I know there are some like mystery boxes that I've gotten where it's like blind date with a book, and I got like a monthly subscription where every month I get another book. I bought up for a year for one, and I want to say 6 months for another. And I like those, but I just like being able to pick the books that I'm going to read so I don't get duplicates or anything like that. But I'm really, really excited for all of these books this month. There wasn't any that anybody picked where I was like, this probably is not going to be one that I'm going to love, but I'll read it all the same because I'll just read anything. But all of these sound just like so good, and I am so excited to read them. Let me know if any of these books sounded extremely good to you. Like, which one should I start with? I need to know what you guys think I should start with. Top three. Let me know, because I literally grapple with like the books I want to read every month. It's like mind-boggling how long it takes me. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you guys enjoyed content like this, make sure you have subscribed. Choose to click the little bell if you would like to be notified of all my future uploads. But thank you guys so much for joining today's video. I will see you all in my next one.